Every day men waste their greatest weapon, their mind. They scroll. They gossip. They decay. But not you. You're here because you can feel it, that quiet fury whispering that you were meant for more. The world doesn't reward noise. It rewards strategy. It honors the man who thinks 3 moves ahead while others chase distraction. This isn't motivation. This is mental warfare. Information is your weapon. Knowledge is your armor. Education is your evolution. If you learn faster than others, you dominate them without ever lifting a blade. You don't shout. You outthink. You outlast. You outmaneuver. Welcome to Machiavellian mode. Comment: power is a choice. If you understand that ignorance is submission, this is your awakening. Your education begins now. Number 1, the art of strategic learning. Every man learns, but few truly study. Most absorb noise, not knowledge. They chase trends, opinions, and gossip, mistaking distraction for growth. But if you wish to rise above 99% of men, you must turn learning into a weaponized ritual. Read with precision. Observe with intent. Every idea you consume must sharpen your mind like a blade against stone. Knowledge is power, but only when applied with accuracy. The Machiavellian mind knows education is not about virtue. It's about control. The more you understand human nature, systems, and psychology, the harder it becomes for anyone to control you. Study your enemies. Study your allies. Study yourself. Education is no longer a luxury. It's survival. Every book, every conversation, every mistake is a lesson in disguise. Collect them. Refine them. Use them. Be deliberate. Be cold. Be relentless. Comment: knowledge commands power. If you understand this truth, stay hungry. Stay dangerous. Number 2, mastering human nature. Power begins with understanding people. Not their words, but their motives, fears, and weaknesses. Most men are predictable, ruled by emotion, chained to validation, blinded by ego. They crave attention, admiration, and importance. The Machiavellian sees through that illusion. He studies patterns. He watches reactions. He learns how people reveal themselves without knowing it. To master human nature, detach from empathy that clouds your judgment. Cold observation is your greatest tool. When you see a man's fear, you learn his limits. When you see his pride, you learn how to move him. Every interaction is a power negotiation, and ignorance in this arena is fatal. Watch how they act when no one is watching. Notice how they change when they feel safe. Listen not to what they say, but to what they avoid saying. People crave comfort, and comfort breeds blindness. You must become the one who sees through the fog, the one who hears truth in silence. Read psychology, study persuasion, dissect manipulation, practice restraint. The strong don't need to speak. Their silence commands gravity. The weak talk to prove what they lack. You will rise beyond both. Understand this. Every alliance hides ambition. Every compliment hides desire. Every emotion hides leverage. Once you learn that, people become maps, easy to read, easy to guide, easy to control. But never use this knowledge recklessly. Understanding others is meaningless if you cannot master yourself. The man who controls his impulses controls every room he walks into. That is cold dominance, silent, invisible, absolute. The world belongs not to the good, but to the aware. Remember, perception is control. To shape perception is to command reality. Comment: I see through everything. If you've begun noticing the patterns others miss, your awakening has begun. Number 3, the power of perception. Controlling the lens of reality. Perception is the throne on which power sits. The Machiavellian understands that reality is not truth, it is belief. The weak chase truth. The powerful shape it. If you can control how others see you, you control how they treat you. Most people never realize they respond to perception, not fact. They react to tone, posture, confidence, the illusion of certainty. Appear stronger than you feel, calmer than you are, wiser than you seem. This is not deceit, it's strategy. People don't follow truth. They follow conviction. Present your ideas as inevitable, and others will surrender to your certainty. Never explain yourself. The more you explain, the weaker your authority becomes. Speak less. Imply more. Let silence build tension. Mystery is your weapon. When they can't read you, they fear misjudging you. That fear gives you leverage. Build an aura that demands respect before you even speak. Refine your image. Perfect your presence. Walk as if the world already belongs to you. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's control projected through chaos. Never underestimate consistency. One careless moment can shatter months of crafted perception. Move with purpose. Never rushed. Never desperate. The world mirrors what it sees. If you appear certain, you become certain. If you appear composed, chaos bends around you. Understand this. Power is never owned. It's perceived. Protect that perception like a crown. Let them think they understand you, but never show your hand. When they believe they've read your mind, they become predictable. When they can't, you become untouchable. Comment, I command perception. If you understand that influence begins not with domination, but with mastery of how others see you, your rise has already begun. Number 4. Emotional control, the weapon of kings. A man who cannot command his emotions is already defeated. Every outburst, every reaction, every flash of anger is a confession of weakness. The Machiavellian knows this truth. Emotions are tools, not masters. To be powerful, you must feel everything, yet reveal nothing. The world is full of men drowning in impulse, mistaking reaction for strength and sensitivity for depth. But emotion without control is chaos. You must remain ice in the fire, calm under insult, still under pressure, unbroken when tested. While others lose their composure, you must study them. Learn their triggers, their fears, their breaking points. Emotion exposes truth, insecurity, pride, desperation. If you can stay silent while others burn, you win before the war even begins. Power isn't noise. It's restraint. The cold man commands respect because silence cannot be decoded. When you master emotional detachment, manipulation becomes effortless. People trust the one who seems unbothered, the man untouched by chaos. That calm is not arrogance. It's control. Do not destroy your emotions, weaponize them. Let anger fuel your focus. Let disappointment sharpen your discipline. Let loneliness ignite your obsession for self-evolution. Stoicism is not emptiness. It's mastery of inner conflict. Every emotion is energy. Direct it with precision. The man who delays reaction controls the tempo of existence. Be emotionally invisible, predictable to none, reactive to nothing. They expect weakness, show them calm. They expect validation, give them indifference. They expect fury, give them silence. That silence will echo louder than any scream. You are not stone, you are steel. Forged by pressure, tempered by pain. No one can humiliate you without your consent. No one can control you without your cooperation. The day you stop reacting is the day you become untouchable. The storm may roar, but the mountain does not move. Be the mountain. Observe, endure, dominate through control, not chaos. Comment, I am my own master. If you understand that emotional stability is not weakness but supreme strength, you've entered the realm of power. Those who command themselves command their destiny, and those who master silence rule the noise. Number 5, power through isolation, the fortress mind. Every man who evolves must one day embrace solitude. The masses run from silence because it exposes truth. They flee into distraction, comfort, and noise. But the Machiavellian knows power is born in solitude. Isolation isn't loneliness, it's construction. When you strip away external voices, your inner voice sharpens into a blade. Detach from the herd, and you'll see the machinery of manipulation, the illusions that keep men docile. Every emperor, strategist, and thinker in history mastered withdrawal. They vanish not to escape the world, but to decode it. Solitude is your laboratory of power, the forge where your mind becomes untouchable. Most men lose themselves chasing approval. You must lose yourself in focus. Eliminate noise, study, plan, build. Every hour alone is an investment in clarity. When you stop seeking validation, your presence begins to command it. Scarcity creates value. Your silence becomes magnetic. Power thrives in mystery. The less they know, the more they imagine. The less you reveal, the more they respect. Move in shadows while others beg for attention. Your strength must be quiet, unshakable, invisible, deliberate. Through isolation, you will see through deception, through emotion, through weakness. You'll realize how predictable the masses are, enslaved by fear and pleasure. In solitude, reprogram your instincts. Train your mind to rule, not to serve. Build discipline. Craft rituals that separate you from mediocrity. Read, write, strategize. Use isolation to design yourself with precision. You are not escaping the world. You are preparing to dominate it. The world worships attention, but true kings rise in silence. Withdraw, but not forever. Return when your silence has transformed into presence. Let your reappearance speak volumes without words. The Machiavellian does not chase company. He builds empires and lets others chase him. Remember, lions hunt alone. Wolves move in disciplined packs. Sheep gather for comfort. You were not born to graze. You were born to rule. Let solitude be your forge, your crucible, your throne. When you master isolation, the world loses its hold because you no longer need it. Comment, I build in silence. If you understand that withdrawal is not weakness but evolution, you are no longer ordinary. Solitude is not emptiness. It is the throne room of kings. It's about control, the invisible kind that seeps into minds, shapes belief, and bends reality. True power is psychological. It's the ability to alter perception without raising your voice, to steer outcomes without seeming to lead them. The Machiavellian understands that every interaction is a silent contest for dominance. The weak crave to be noticed. The strong remain unreadable. To rule the mind, you must first master the laws that govern it. The first law, perception, is everything. People don't see truth. They see what they believe is truth. Control belief, and you control them. Walk, speak, and move with purpose. Every gesture must echo certainty. When you enter a room, your silence should shift the atmosphere. Speak less, but make every word carry weight. The world is addicted to noise. The quiet man becomes a mystery, and mystery commands respect. The second law, people follow those who appear to need nothing. Need is weakness. Detachment is magnetism. The moment you chase approval, you surrender authority. Be self-contained. Show no desperation for validation, affection, or attention. The less you seem to care, the more they crave your regard. This isn't cruelty, it's gravity. People are drawn to the power that doesn't beg to be seen. To become untouchable, you must master the illusion of calm abundance amid chaos. Stay composed under all conditions. When others panic, you stay still. When others gossip, you stay silent. Stillness is control. Your restraint speaks louder than aggression ever could. The third law, control emotion, and you control influence. People decide with feelings and justify with logic. Learn to stir emotion without revealing your own. Praise with strategy. Criticize with precision. Withdraw attention deliberately. Make your approval a reward, not a reflex. When recognition is rare, it becomes priceless. This is psychological leverage. People crave importance. Give it when it serves you, take it when it doesn't. They'll chase it endlessly, mistaking dependency for loyalty. The Machiavellian masters this rhythm of reward and withdrawal, creating devotion without debt. The strongest men don't force obedience. They inspire it. The fourth law, control narrative, and you control perception. Never explain yourself completely. Mystery breeds respect. When people can't predict you, they fear misjudging you. Craft your image carefully, but never fully reveal it. Let whispers spread. Never confirm, never deny. Ambiguity fascinates. The moment you become transparent, you become ordinary. Understand this. In an age obsessed with exposure, secrecy is power. The less they know, the more they assume. The more they assume, the easier they are to guide. Become a riddle wrapped in calm certainty. Let them project greatness onto you. It costs nothing and earns everything. The fifth law, power grows through patience. The impatient man reveals his hand. The patient man builds empires unseen. Don't demand results. Move like a serpent through tall grass, unseen, deliberate, lethal. The longer you wait, the greater your advantage. Each emotional reaction shortens your reign. Each calculated pause extends it. Master the art of delayed gratification until others crumble under their own urgency. You'll always conquer those who cannot control their hunger. Power belongs to those who strike only when the outcome is inevitable. Patience is the crown of kings. The sixth law, power dies in comfort. Comfort is poison to the Machiavellian mind. Never grow too pleased, too celebrated, too secure. The moment you feel untouchable, you've already been touched. Keep your mind hungry. Study new tactics. Analyze new systems. Learn new methods of persuasion. Not to harm, but to remain awake. Power is not fixed. It's fluid, fragile, and fleeting. Adapt faster than others can detect your shift. Evolve so quietly that when they finally notice, it's too late to rival you. Understand this truth. Real authority isn't intimidation. It's mastery of self. When you stop seeking validation, when emotion no longer dictates reaction, when your presence alone changes a room's energy, you've become power itself. You don't demand loyalty. It forms around you. You don't chase opportunity. It gravitates to your discipline. You don't argue. You influence. The Machiavellian becomes untouchable, not by perfection, but by being unreadable, unreactive, unstoppable. So study the game. Play it in silence. Move with precision. Speak only when it strengthens your position. Remember, power is never granted. It's claimed by those who can wait longer, think deeper, and move colder. Comment: I move in silence. I command in shadows. If you understand that psychological dominance begins with mastering yourself, it ends only when others realize, too late, that you already control the board. The Machiavellian builds quietly, ruthlessly, and without apology. Understand this deeply. Without discipline, intelligence decays into arrogance. Potential turns into regret. Ambition dissolves into frustration. Discipline is not punishment, it is order. It is the invisible hand shaping your destiny while others sleep through theirs. The weak wait for motivation, clinging to moods. The strong act regardless, knowing emotion fades, but mastery endures. You must move when tired, think when drained, execute when uninspired. This is the essence of cold power. The man who acts without permission, validation, or comfort cannot be stopped. Each day you delay your mission, someone with less talent but more discipline takes what was meant for you. Routine is your fortress. Build it so strong that even chaos cannot breach it. Wake with intent. Move with precision. Plan your hours like a general plans war. Each task is a strike. Each decision a maneuver. Each completed goal conquered territory. You cannot be everywhere, but you can master where you stand. Focus is your sword. Consistency your shield. Without them, you're a soldier without command. The Machiavellian does not seek balance. He seeks alignment. Every action must serve purpose. Cut distractions like a surgeon cuts decay. Entertainment, gossip, pointless debate. These are traps to drain the ambitious and pacify the capable. Remember this, the system does not crave your power, it craves your obedience. Break that pattern. Train like a warrior. Study like a philosopher. Move like a strategist. Let your discipline roar so loud that words become unnecessary. Pain is your ally. Every discomfort proves you are forging something unbreakable. Weak men run from pain. Strong men absorb it, learn from it, and turn it into fuel. Discipline without pain is delusion. The body must obey the mind. Sleep less, move more. Demand excellence until it becomes instinct. You will not be praised for comfort. You will be remembered for control. Discipline is lonely. It separates you from mediocrity because mediocrity thrives on excuses. You will lose friends who mock your focus. You will gain enemies who envy your consistency. Let them talk. Their noise proves your ascent. Never defend your grind, live it. Each time you resist temptation, you rob weakness of power. Each time you delay pleasure, you build momentum. Each time you act when it's inconvenient, you wage war on the ordinary within you. The Machiavellian lives by inner law. His discipline is his crown. He doesn't wait for opportunity. He creates it through relentless repetition. They call him lucky, blind to the hours of silence and sacrifice. Love the monotony. Obsess over precision. Be addicted to execution. The world bends to the man unmoved by fatigue or emotion. When you master consistency, success becomes inevitable. Power respects discipline. Charisma may open doors, but discipline keeps them open. Influence may attract followers, but discipline keeps them loyal. Wealth may vanish, but discipline rebuilds it. Without it, you are a slave to impulse. With it, you become the architect of destiny. Your body, your habits, your environment, everything must obey your command. Create routines that demand excellence and destroy weakness. When you commit, deliver precisely. When you promise growth, act without hesitation. The man who keeps his word to himself is feared because he cannot be broken by the world. Here lies the truth no one speaks. Freedom isn't doing whatever you wish, it's mastering what you must. When your actions and vision align, you stop chasing results. They begin chasing you. The disciplined man needs no applause. His progress is proof. Each day draws him closer to supremacy. Rise before the sun. Move before the world wakes. Study before they scroll. Build while they decay. Discipline isn't the road to power, it is power itself. Say it. My discipline is my empire. Understand that self-control isn't restriction, it's liberation. It is the force that turns men into kings and chaos into order. Now the eighth law, the law of influence, commanding loyalty without asking for it. Influence is power in motion. The Machiavellian never chases control through force. He earns it through presence, through strategy, through subtle manipulation. To influence is to plant ideas so seamlessly that others believe they were their own. The weak demand obedience. The wise engineer consent. The key is understanding the psychology that drives human nature. Every soul craves significance, visibility, and safety. Give them these illusions, and they will follow you willingly. The first law of influence is value projection. People treat you how you treat yourself. Walk with conviction. Carry yourself with silent authority. The world mirrors your self-respect. The Machiavellian knows posture and tone command more than speech. When you enter a room, move as if you belong. When you speak, pause with intent. Confidence spreads like fire. Authority is assumed before it's given. The second law is reciprocity. Humans are wired to return what they receive. Give strategically. Offer a compliment, a small favor, an opportunity that costs you nothing but feels invaluable to them. Then pull back slightly. The imbalance will gnaw at them. They'll seek your attention, your approval, your validation, believing it's fairness, not control. Influence is not domination. It's about direction. Guide their emotions, never fight them. The third law is the law of emotion over logic. People are creatures of feeling who justify after they believe. Win their heart first, and their mind will follow with reason. Speak in stories, symbols, and imagery that stir emotion. Cold logic earns compliance, but emotion breeds devotion. Show empathy, but wield it like a blade, not a blanket. Use it to uncover their true desires, not the lies they tell themselves. Once you understand what they crave, you hold their strings. The Machiavellian uses this power not to destroy, but to position himself as the center of gravity, around which others naturally move. The fourth law is the law of scarcity. The rarer your presence, the greater your worth. Attention is the modern currency, and the one who controls its flow controls perception itself. Never overshare, overexplain, or overextend. Withdraw strategically. Let your time and energy feel like privilege. People hunger for what they cannot easily reach. By limiting your presence, you create emotional demand. Scarcity fuels curiosity, and curiosity breeds attachment. Be the man whose silence raises questions, whose approval feels like victory. The world worships what it cannot possess. The fifth law is the law of controlled vulnerability. Perfect strength intimidates, but calculated imperfection attracts. Show traces of humanity, a scar, a humble truth, to deepen trust. Too much power without relatability provokes resentment. Too much openness without mystery invites weakness. The Machiavellian merges both. He reveals just enough to seem real, but never enough to be predictable. Vulnerability is not confession, it is choreography. Use it as strategy. Lower their defenses while you strengthen your position. The sixth law is the law of predictable reward. Influence survives through rhythm. Reward behavior that aligns with your purpose. Withdraw it when it does not. Like a master tactician, you guide others through the illusion of freedom. They believe they act independently, yet every path benefits you. This is not manipulation. It is mastery of human motivation. The leader who understands desire never commands obedience. He makes it feel natural. The seventh law is the law of unshakable presence. People follow certainty, even when you are uncertain. Project Calm. In chaos, the mind clings to composure. The Machiavellian never shows panic, never bleeds fear, never lets emotion crack his surface. His stillness becomes magnetic. The more unstable the world grows, the more people seek his stability. Influence transforms into power through psychological gravity. You don't pull people in, they orbit you. The final law is the law of exit timing. Influence requires disappearance. Leave before your presence dulls. Make them miss you, need you, speak your name in your absence. The echo of distance amplifies your legend. Those who stay too long fade into familiarity. Those who vanish at their peak ascend into myth. When you return, do so sharper, stronger, redefined. Influence lives not through presence, but through strategic absence. Understand this. True loyalty is not demanded. It is inspired, tested, and earned. You must be respected and needed, admired yet quietly feared. Be generous with value, ruthless with standards, and selective with access. People will feel your discipline and align with your rhythm. They will follow you because your certainty anchors their chaos. Influence is the silent empire, built not by orders, but by presence, psychology, and precision. You never need to shout when your aura commands obedience. Say it. I lead without words. For real influence is not loud. It is deadly in silence, irresistible in control, and eternal in effect. Number 9. The art of adaptation. Surviving is not enough. You must dominate through change. Adaptation is the truest sign of intelligence. The Machiavellian knows that rigidity is death. Those who cannot bend will inevitably break. Power belongs to the man who evolves faster than his rivals, who senses the shift before it arrives, who reshapes himself before the world forces him to. The world shifts every heartbeat. Economies fall, alliances crumble, trends fade. Yet most cling to comfort, obeying old rules in a new era, and that is why they lose. The adaptable man does not fight the current, he redirects it. He studies disorder, extracts order, and turns chaos into advantage. When others panic, he strategizes. When others cling to what was, he builds what's next. Change does not frighten him, it feeds him. The Machiavellian mind is liquid, shapeless, invisible, untouchable. He becomes what the moment demands, while others remain prisoners of habit and identity. To adapt is not to abandon values, but to protect them through transformation. The strong man does not resist reality, he reshapes it. Power lives in adapting faster than everyone else, while never losing your core. Adaptation is silent warfare, observing, assessing, and repositioning before others realize the game has changed. The first to adapt writes the rules. The last becomes the follower. The world belongs to those who evolve without losing their essence. The Machiavellian studies every environment, social, economic, psychological. He learns its code, masters its rhythm, bends it to his design. This is not weakness disguised as flexibility. It is strength born of strategy. The tree that survives the storm is not the hardest, but the one that sways and returns upright. Adaptation requires the death of ego. Most men refuse to change because they are addicted to their old reflection, afraid of appearing inconsistent. But consistency without evolution is decay. You must be willing to kill the versions of yourself that no longer serve your destiny. The man who fears change is already ruled by it. The Machiavellian flows like water, shapeless, adaptive, and unstoppable. He fills any form, finds every crack, and reshapes every obstacle into a path. In conversation, he adjusts tone and pace to disarm. In business, he evolves faster than competition can comprehend. In life, he studies the patterns of failure and rewrites them before others even realize they exist. He does not cling to identity. He is not emotional about who he was. He is strategic about who he must become. Adaptation begins with awareness. You cannot adjust to what you refuse to see. Most people react too late because denial blinds them. The Machiavellian observes before chaos strikes. He senses the energy shift before power changes hands. He detects the emotion beneath the words, the motive beneath the tone. He listens between the lines, beneath the noise, beyond the surface. He gathers information like a weapon and moves while others still sleep. Every environment whispers its next evolution. The wise man listens. He does not predict the future. He prepares for every version of it. Flexibility is not weakness. It is quiet supremacy disguised as calm. Adaptation also requires emotional agility. To endure storms, you must abandon comfort and embrace discomfort as your baseline. Learn to move from confidence to humility, from aggression to patience, from dominance to withdrawal, without losing balance. Each moment demands a new mask, a new strategy, a new tone. The Machiavellian wears them all flawlessly. The weak are shattered by change. The strong are sculpted by it. Nothing living remains still. Only the dead resist movement. The powerful flow with transition, maintaining control through awareness and composure. Understand this, evolution never ends. You are not meant to arrive, you are meant to ascend. Every shift in life is a test of elasticity. If you remain adaptable, no force can break you. Reinvention is immortality. Every fall becomes preparation. Every loss becomes calculation. You do not cling to who you were, you become what you must. Adaptation is how predators remain eternal, while prey vanish in comfort. Comment, I evolve, therefore I reign. If you understand that adaptability is not survival, it is silent domination. It is the art of thriving in storms, while others drown in resistance. Number 10, the untouchable mind, ascending beyond competition. When the game ends for others, it begins for you. The Machiavellian's final evolution is not domination, it is transcendence. To be untouchable, you must exist on a plane where competition no longer matters. Most men fight for validation, attention, or borrowed status. The untouchable man builds his own kingdom. Power does not come from controlling others. It comes from controlling yourself so fully that no one can unbalance you. The mind is the last battlefield. Once mastered, no enemy remains. Every insult becomes data. Every setback becomes fuel. Every obstacle becomes direction. You must train your thoughts like an army, disciplined, precise, and loyal to your mission. The mind that cannot be provoked cannot be defeated. To be untouchable, detach from outcome. Desire makes you predictable. Fear makes you vulnerable. Expectation makes you weak. Move with intent, but never with attachment. Let success come and go. Rebuild it whenever you choose. That is true freedom. When your peace is no longer at the mercy of circumstance, you become a force that unsettles the unstable. Indifference is not apathy, it is control. You are no longer swayed by emotion, by approval, or by failure. You have evolved beyond need. Understand this truth. The highest power is self-sufficiency. The untouchable man does not chase, plead, or compete. He observes, calculates, and executes. His value is not determined by others. It is proven through consistency. When you can create, rebuild, and dominate in silence, the world bends to your steadiness. You no longer have rivals, only lessons. Every challenge reflects how much sharper you can become. The Machiavellian lives above reaction. He does not argue. He evolves. True superiority is calm, the stillness of a man who knows that nothing external can wound what is fortified within. You must become that stillness, the quiet in the storm, the calm in chaos, the observer among men too loud to hear their own downfall. The untouchable mind is forged in solitude, disciplined through repetition, armed with understanding. You stop fighting for validation and begin commanding reality through silence. You master yourself and therefore existence itself. This is ascension, the transformation from strategist to sovereign. Comment, I am untouchable. If you understand that real power is not loud, not desperate, not external, it is silent. It is unshakable. It is internal. And once you hold it, no one can ever take it from you. Like subscribe, turn on notifications.